After a spoiler warning from Big Quint, Sir Chameleon is asleep at his desk, and is awakened by his boss, Ashens, who tells him he needs to question Lollipop Lady again. Sir Chameleon mentions she hasn't spoken at all since Michael was there, so Ashens gives him some pictures for her to look at and maybe get her to talk, and after getting clearance from Mr. Shakaihead, enters the prison in Rio to talk to Lollipop Lady. She enters and remains completely silent as Sir Chameleon gives her the pictures to look at. At first she doesn't even move, but Sir Chameleon then has to go to the bathroom and leaves the room. Lollipop Lady then finally decides to look through the pictures, first one of her bombing the Olympic Stadium, then one of a cluster of wall bars in front of the temple she was staying at, then finally the picture of her with Michael and Haribo from Haribo's house alongside the picture of her in the Chocolate Swiss Cafe basement. Seeing these pictures allows her to flash back to when she was much younger. As a kid, Joanna Schramm was of course a shy classmate of both Michael Rosen and Haribo Schettel. At one point she called to Michael on the playground, causing him to fall off and hurt himself, and causing her to get in trouble with their teacher. Later that day though, as he was talking to Haribo about his sandwich, he called over to say hi to Joanna across the street, clearly showing no hard feelings, but Joanna, feeling guilty, ran off. And then of course older Rosen rushed in to throw Haribo's sandwich at the presents inspector. As Joanna got older she worked as a waitress at her father's restaurant, Le Bonaparte. At one point she went out to get dinner by herself and Michael spotted her. Later they came out of the restaurant together, but Fred Schramm's car passes by them, distracting Joanna, and when Mr. Schramm hits a spoiled chocolate Swiss roll on the ground, his car spins out and crashes. Joanna runs over to see if he's okay while Michael calls the police and fire department. Mr. Schramm survived the crash but spent the night in the hospital. Later Joanna attended the University of Nottingham. The most notable thing to happen there besides the events of Michael's first horrible Halloween was that Mr. Schramm was not getting any customers at Le Bonaparte, causing him to not be able to pay his rent and lose the cafe, though the potato Fugel is quick to buy it off them. Many years later, after Mr. Schramm passed away, Joanna was walking down the street to see the pilot episode of Don't Be Cheeky showing on a nearby TV. However, many shadowy figures gather around her, tackle her and bring her to a secret base somewhere, where another shadowy figure hypnotizes Joanna and turns her into Lollipop Lady, causing the many events over the course of the Rosen family chronicles. Her flashback ends at Michael hitting her in the head with the wall bar. After this, Sir Chameleon enters the room again, and Lollipop Lady announces she remembers everything.
What